morning. Oh gosh, I think this is leaked. This is my favorite lighter my friend got me, but I think it's leaking. Okay, anyway, I'm about to light my smoker and get into this hive here. It's in my backyard, right here in Kailua, and I am on the island of Oahu. And I cleaned out this hive. It was really strong at the new year, and then it swarmed twice, and then it was never as strong again after the swarms. So when a hive swarms, it's trying to duplicate itself. So it's something that beekeepers try to not let their hives do, but more natural beekeepers are becoming more into it, because it's really, really good for the honeybee population. So, anyway, if you want to know about this, it's called Titan Light, and I love it. You fill it up on the bottom, and it doesn't usually leak. Anyway, it's the best way I've found to keep a smoker going. So, this hive, I cleaned it out just a couple weeks ago before I left for Washington, and there was hardly any bees in it, so I left just a few combs. I think maybe there was a few hundred, maybe a couple hundred only, but they of course are all out in the day, so there wasn't very many actually in there when I was working. So I cleaned up the other half of it and made sure it looked good, and then that very day another swarm moved in. So I'm getting in there right now to figure out if they're building really fast and I want to move them. I can move them to a farm. I have an empty hive in Waimanalo, and I have another spot in Kaneohe. Those are both on the windward side, which is a more wet climate, like here in Kailua. Makes it a little harder to keep bees and a little bit less honey, but I love the way my honey tastes, and I do have hives in drier places, but the honey just isn't as good. So I try to maximize the neighborhoods that my friends let me move my bees into. So these bees shouldn't be very aggressive, because they don't really have much going on yet. So I won't put on my gloves yet. Got some smoke going just in case. This is the bait I put in my hives to attract. It's just a baggie with some felt and some lemongrass oil, which smells like they're clean, so it attracts swarms when they are out looking for somewhere to live. And then they smell it and come and check it out, which is definitely what happened right here in my backyard. There is some more cleanup the bees are doing in here, so I'm going to sweep up. But basically what you have here is a home. This is an old comb, and the wax moths have eaten a hole in the middle. I don't know if I'm too close. But they have begun cleaning it out and restoring nectar. I think you can see that. It looks as well. I don't know if I can see any eggs. So their queen might not be mated quite yet, or she's probably mated but not laying yet. Anyhow, wax moths and bees do live kind of symbiotically these days. Most beekeepers just treat them as a pest, but they can actually do a good job of cleaning up combs. They only eat the really, really dirty ones. And so these are my beautiful little day geckos here in Hawaii. I have so many of them. I've never seen one eat a bee. I think they try it maybe once. The toads, on the other hand, hi there. The toads, on the other hand, eat bees like crazy. So I've alarmed them right now because I'm scooping out. All of this lovely stuff they've cleaned up. Can you see in here? There's some old comb they're cleaning out. That was a hive beetle that just flew away. This is a piece of propolis. It was from between the bars. That's valuable stuff, makes good medicine. And so yeah, this is what they've cleaned out of the old combs. I swept up all of this stuff before they moved in. So they've done a lot of work here. There's another baby hive beetle. So anyhow, you gotta keep the floor of the hive clean. Otherwise, the wax moths and the hive beetle totally take over. This is wax moth, them spinning their cocoons. Also in here, I see some white flecks of, this is what the wax looks like. Right after it comes out of their body, it comes out in these beautiful snow white flakes. Can you see that? Sorry, I'm sure that doesn't look like much, but these flakes, you can see them now in here maybe. They come out of the underside of the bee's abdomen. I'm gonna put this stuff in my garden. It's really great for the worms. Okay, this is the good stuff. Here is an older comb, which the queen has already laid. So this is all capped brood. These bees are finished being fed, and they're actually gonna hatch out any day now. Don't see anyone hatching at the moment. In the places where they've already hatched out, the queen has actually already laid again. And there is small, tiny baby larva growing there. It looks like a little worm, a little bit slimy. Okay, and then this white comb, this is a brand new comb. It comes out of their bodies in this beautiful white color. So what I can see here is some capped brood right here. And some baby bees right here. I'm not sure you can see that, but that's what's going on here. Oh, and up here at the top, they have loaded their comb with pollen. And that is what they are feeding their baby bees. You can see there's some honey as well. It's the glistening stuff. And the pollen, also called field cake, is fermenting up there as well. So these combs are pretty much nice and straight. I probably will separate them, which isn't it's not, the bees don't love it as much. They like to build each comb right next to each other. But if I separate these two, I can prompt them to build two perfectly straight combs. So there, I've separated it. You know, I'm gonna make sure this video is actually recording because I'm doing quite a bit of talking. Okay, yeah, we're good, we're on. So here we have, they're beginning to make their comb crooked on the bar. So usually the first ones end up pretty straight, and then they get more and more curved because curved combs are stronger. And these, of course, are super intelligent, and they know that. So I will try to straighten them for them, not because it's better for them. Oh, I just want to lick, but it's better for the beekeeper. This comb is super, super soft. I'm not sure if you can see that. So the nectar is not yet honey, and it's running out. It's just so beautiful. And it's killing me to not be tasting it and letting it run onto the ground. But wow. Look at that. Killing me, killing me, killing me. finished honey has a certain honey has very flowery flavor to it, but when it's unfinished, it really feels like you're just eating flowers. I'm going to light my smoker one more time since I'm choosing not to have my veil on. This bag has a funny texture to it. This bag has a funny texture to it as well. I'm always choosing just to burn what I have and not buy. See, there's that pen. It's falling out. A little screw here. So you can buy little fire starters for your smoker. It's hard to pay money for something you're going to burn up. I guess I do that with candles, right? I don't buy candles. I make candles with my beeswax. And then hopefully you buy candles that I make to burn up. So yeah. That is much better. These inside. This is some propolis I'm just going to remove because the seal is all jagged now, and we'll go back together because I'm moving the bars around. So you want to look at that. They make it from the sap of trees and essential oils from plants, and also from the coating that's actually on the plant. So, oh, smoky. Okay, just a little harvest here for my propolis tincture. This stuff is so fresh and clean. Don't want it going to waste. Okay, so it's a little too much smoke. Whew. It's not at all. necessary to have so much smoke pouring out. Pouring out. Oh my goodness. No need. So here is this somewhat new comb. And see right here, look. This is where it was old and where they've added the new. And then this right here, beautiful white. Get these girls to move aside. They like to build out. I don't know if you can see me. They like to build out really far up at the top. That's the strongest portion. So they load up the honey there. Honey weighs so much more than the brood. Okay, so I'm just going to separate these out. So there is one. And another empty bar. And this nice, beautiful comb. Also change the direction of them to even anything out. And then I have this one here, which will be rebuilt. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in as well. But I gotta make sure these hive beetle don't get right into the brood nest, because that's where they lay their eggs. All this brood. So because there's so much brood, I can tell that this queen is not a baby queen. She is from the first swarm, which is called the prime swarm. Every year they get their queen ready for flight and send her off with half or even more than half of the bees that are in the colony. So as soon as they arrive in their new home, they are all ready. The bees that left with her, their bodies are all ready to be producing wax like crazy so that they can get her to see some stuff I gotta sweep up off the bottom. Their bodies are primed to make wax, and her body is primed to lay eggs. Normally a baby queen that hatches out will have to go on a mating flight, and there's a number of days, I'm not sure how many, another hive beetle, a number of days before. Okay, so it is time to put on oh, because my smoke is stopped too. Oh, that's the thing. Too much smoke. Not enough smoke. I'm getting into the brood nest now. So they have decided they don't like me. So the thing is, once you get a sting, especially on your face, it's like they put a target right there, a bullseye, and it makes a smell that tells all the other bees this is the perpetrator. Sting her right here where I have stung you. So sometimes I get a sting and I'll smoke it to try to mask the scent, but actually I don't want to smoke my face. So I should be safe all inside here. Okay. Because I want to sweep up the bottom of this hive, I'm going to have to suit up all the way. Once you get into the brood nest, that quite expensive. Here we have, again, too much smoke. Well, there we have it again. That old comb that these are deciding to use. It's so amazing. Those holes eaten by wax moths. There is no waste in a hive. After a hive fails, I get in there and there are so many different bugs in it. I'm thankful that I like all bugs, not just even butterflies. These really don't like being brushed. That's what I need to do. So if these bees were hanging in a tree, all this stuff would fall really far down to the bottom. And the wax moths, oh, see, they really don't like being brushed. See, they're stinging my brush here. It's really sad. If they get a sting into it, or into me, that honeybee will die. I don't really worry about myself. I don't have much of a reaction to these things. Yes, they do not like being brushed. Not at all. So I'm going to put these beauties right back in. There are so few bees, I should be able to spot a queen. I don't know, do you see her? There's a big drone. This is a brother bee. Right here, this teddy bear looking guy. Yep, I can. Oh, there he goes. As the hive matures, they will make more drones. But right now, they need workers. This girl right here looks as if she's doing a waggle dance. But she's not quite following the pattern. Do you see her? The queen has a completely different look to her. She doesn't really look at all like a worker or like a drone. She doesn't have as many stripes, and her body doesn't have the soft fuzz on it because it gets worn off when she drops her abdomen into the comb 1,000 times a day. There's a hive beetle right here. I'm gonna make sure I get rid of that. Look at that comb just hanging on there. I'm gonna take it off because it has that hive beetle hiding in there, and this is right in the brood nest. You see her? There is a beekeeper I follow from Texas, and she removes these enormous hives without much personal protective equipment. And she finds the queen every single time. She's really extremely amazing. There's another drone. But no, I don't see her. It's a matter of just getting them all back together. Hopefully without squishing anyone. I'm gonna clean up this propolis here. And pick out the wax later. Some of this will just be wax. Not holding propolis. So now basically what I've done is made them go every other bar. And here we have this is how they hang, but they hang in these long chains down to here, and they pass up the wax that's coming from their glowing undersides. They pass it to the top of the chain, and the bee up here at the very top molds it with their mouth and creates the shape of the hexagon. here is what I'm left with in my propolis. You can see the bits of wax and the ribbons of gold and yellow propolis. So I'll go through this and clean it out. It never looks like much until you get it all together. And then you're like, yeah, that's propolis. That's not junk. I'm glad I saved it. Okay, well, I think that's about it for today. Thanks, friends. Bye.